Hi everyone. In today's episode, I'll be going over 6 of the most useless and worst things watchmakers put on their watches. Yep, you heard it right. Useless stuff that make you scratch your head when seen on a watch. So let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about the day complication. I'm fine with the date window, but not the day. I mean, who really needs to know the day of the week from their watch? Who wakes up in the morning not knowing what day of the week it is? Plus, we all have smartphones glued to our hands with the day showing right on the home screen. So this one, I think, has to go. Next, the Cyclops, that hideous little magnifying glass over the date window. Let's be real, it's more of a nuisance than anything really. It collects dust and ruins the symmetry of the watch face. How bad can one's eyesight be to need a date magnifier? Maybe some people with poor eyesight would benefit from this, but for the most of us, it's completely pointless. Now to depth ratings plastered on the dial. Do we really need to see that our watch can go 300 meters? Or is it something watchmakers do to fill up the dial with text? Write it somewhere in the manual or have it stamped on the case back. We don't need to see it every day when all we need to know is the time. It's like the horsepower of an engine written in big bold numbers right on the steering wheel. So you could see it every time you get into the car. Who wants that? The fourth most useless thing that watchmakers put on their watches are helium escape valves on divers' watches. Unless you're into saturation diving, where you're spending extended periods in pressurized environments underwater, chances are you'll never need one. And for the very few of you that would dive into such sport, it's unlikely you'll be wearing a luxury watch while doing it. Lume on the crown? Seriously? For the life of me, I cannot think of a situation where it might be useful. Raise a hand, those that can't locate the crown on their watch in the dark. It's like having neon lights under your car. Sure, it might look flashy in the dark, but it's completely gaudy and useless. Same thing with the watch. Stop this lunacy now. The last useless thing on a watch, how could we forget the tachymeter scale? That ring around the dial meant for calculating speed is often more for show than function. Unless you're a professional race car driver timing laps on a racetrack, it's pretty much just taking up space on your watch. And as a bonus, I'll throw in one more useless thing in a watch, but this one only applies to those that have only one watch in their collection. If you have a collection of watches that you don't wear for weeks or months even, this doesn't apply to you. And that's the manual wind watches. I mean, why put yourself through the hassle of winding your watch every few days when you could just grab an automatic watch? People with one watch, listen to me. Get an automatic or a quartz if you prefer. Stay away from the manual wind. So there you have it, the 6 most useless things watchmakers toss onto their timepieces. They aren't deal breakers for me. As a matter of fact, some of the watches you've seen in the video are my personal watches. What I'm trying to say is that when I go shopping, I don't actively seek a watch with those things on it. And if tomorrow, by some miracle, they are to disappear, they will not be missed. What do you think? What are some features that you find completely pointless on a watch? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more watch-related content. Thanks for watching. I wish you the best in your watch journey, and I'll see you in the next one.